Oh,
Hello! You have found the Bobbi Jo and the Sheena show. Two friends, two colleagues hanging out, raising our vibration with our awareness of our mindset. We are mindset coaches with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and we are here to just share our thoughts with you today. We have been going over our program that Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher made called Thinking into Results. Look how thick that book is. I've read it a few times. And we're finally on lesson 12, the last one. And this one is Magnifying the Mind, the secret to increasing the power of your mind. And there's this great quote here from Napoleon Hill that says, remember, it takes no more effort to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity than is required to accept misery and poverty. Sheena, what's your take on that?
I never really understood that because I thought
Oh,
surely it has to take more effort, and that's the thing. And it took a long time to for that one for that penny to drop on that one. And I realized that, it's where your attention goes, energy flows. And it's so easy to accept all those negative thoughts and to talk about what's wrong than talk about what's good. I mean, it's the same effort that coming out of your mouth. When you think of a castle, can you see a castle now? When you see a
yeah.
penny, can you see a penny now? Was that any more effort? And I
No.
mean, but our paradigm is literally locked into, well, of course, it's much more effort if I wanted to have a castle, Sheena, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your imagination. And your imagination then goes off to create.
Mm.
So that quote is pretty amazing.
For
So
me, okay,
mm,
and then we'll move on. Because for me, it's like, are you going to go out there and work, especially here in the United States? You're going to go out there and work three minimum wage jobs? Or are you going to take the effort and go into your imagination and go into your vision and take the action and work a little harder that way for 3, 4, 5 years? Or are you just going to, so it's like go work the three jobs for the rest of your life to try to make ends meet and always be poor and always be trying, or try just as hard, but doing it in a different mindset way and doing it in, right? We lack the attention of the will and the imagination and the poverty of imagination, as Bob says, and sitting in that and creating what you want energetically. So that's the way I always looked at it, like work the three jobs or put a little effort into the mindset stuff and be disciplined to sit your butt. And that's the funny part, to really just sit your butt and to meditate a few times a day to create the clarity and the vision of what it is you do want, because you are just reacting to your day of what you don't want. And it takes that discipline to sit down. And people, those who are new to this, might go, what do you mean sit down? I need to take action. Well, that is action, because everything is energy. And if you're thinking about something and creating it and feeling it, truly feeling it, and it's truly yours to feel, not just something that you see everyone else have and you want it because they want it, that's not true vision for yourself. But if you can drop into that and into your heart, and it's something that you really want, by doing that a few times a day, you're bringing it closer to you with that meditation and that visual, because that's how the universe works. Just like gravity, here's your thought, here's the pen, it comes, whoops, right to you, and it literally bounces right back at you. So that's just, the laws of gravity are the same way with the laws of intention. So that's the way I looked at that for me. And I just always have loved that.
it's just like
Okay.
being a busy fool, just because you're busy doesn't mean to say you're actually accomplishing anything. And that's one of the things to realize, isn't it? That you can be busy, busy, busy in three jobs, but actually not getting anywhere. That's the hamster wheel. But yeah, just
Yeah.
as Bobbi Jo said, if you actually start to slow down and start to imagine, well, what could my life be? Then you might attract ideas that are on that level of the life that you actually want, rather than trying to live the life you're living now, if you get what my meaning. But
Yeah.
so the chapter 12, the mastermind, magnifying your mind, what I really, really understood, first of all, rather than, that you set up a mastermind and have everybody, like going in the same direction, you're doing it all day, every day yourself. Whenever you're with your friends, what are you talking about? You see, if you're talking about doom and gloom, and don't you have those stories? I actually have one client who's totally realized when she first came, and she was like, "But I like my friends, I like a conversation. I mean, can't we talk about other people?" And I went, "Well, you do that, you do that all you want, because that's what most people do, isn't it? You get together, you talk about your problems, you talk about other people, blah, 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 blah. But what you don't realize is that's a mastermind. That is a mastermind. The energy that you create is creating more of that. And then now, like a year later, she's just like, when I look back and I just go, I wish they'd call me. And then she goes, oh, but then when they do, I don't want to be involved in the conversations because I realized what I was doing and I don't want those conversations anymore because I do not want them in my life. So
Yes.
be careful when you're with your friends, is the probably the worst time and you've had a drink. What's your conversation? Is it about what you want or
Mm.
what you don't want? So imagine switching it. Just imagine switching it. That's for me, Bobby Jo, is that's one of the things that the mastermind I really realize is that you're creating a mastermind every day, every time you like you and I get together and we have uplifting conversations,
Hmm.
and so they're good for us. We come away with a good energy. But
Hmm.
what conversations is everybody else having? You're creating your mastermind,
Yes.
right?
Whew. A lot of people do. They gossip and they're talking about others. There's a great meme out there like about uneducated people. Like you can be smart and educated, but people who talk about stuff, like that people, then people talk about events, and then people talk about enlightenment. You just said that there though, but that's when you get together with everyone, what that is the collective consciousness then. You have six of your friends together and you're all gossiping about someone. That's six people, so that's six engines behind a boat, so to say. But actually, there's a seven because you have the universe is like infinite intelligence is here paying attention to everything that you're saying and creating. And so your reality in your life is never going to change because you keep seeing it with the same perspective, the same lens. And that's what mastermind, this whole chapter is about masterminding, get together with people and creating what you want, not complaining and bitching about what you don't have or what you don't want, but it's saying, okay, I want this and help me be accountable that next week I have reached this point. And so the masterminding is good for the accountability. But it's that collective consciousness of everyone getting together and what are you all seeing for each other. And it works the same way because that is the power. That's a new way of speaking, but it's almost like the way the birds or a herd of elk, they're running through a pasture or flying in the sky. If something happens, they all move and shift at once. They have that already innate in them, that intelligence that we don't because we're such slaves to the physical of what we see, of what we hear, what we smell. But then if you remember, oh, you never heard, there was a story one time when Sheena was visiting me here in the United States this past August, and we were talking about popcorn, that if you're having a conversation with somebody and you're not liking the way the conversation's going, to all of a sudden go, do you smell popcorn? And they go, popcorn? I don't. What? And so the next day, that morning, that afternoon, we have that conversation in the morning and that afternoon because, whatever, we had a talk with Wolfgang, her partner, 6 hours away in England. And he was like, I had a dream about popcorn. It was so funny. Do you remember that? Yeah. And
I
he was like,
absolutely.
why am I dreaming about popcorn? And then you could
And
smell it.
he's
I mean,
never said that before. Ever he says, I woke up and I wanted popcorn. And I'm just like, that is hilarious.
so we are connected, whether you believe it or not, and whatever your, opinion is on that, it doesn't matter because the facts is we don't understand physics ourselves. We don't understand gravity. You don't understand how this world is truly operating by all the laws that are in there, the laws of nature, the laws of rhythm, the laws of polarity. What goes good, you have to have bad. So watch your emotions with that too. We don't need to go into that lesson. Maybe we should start working on the laws next. So this one was the magnifying your mind, creating what you want, creating a mastermind of people to get together who are on the same trajectory as you and that they want to succeed. When what is success to you though? When you have to ask yourself that, because the success to you is to be a millionaire. I bet you there's 5 million people who want to be millionaires. Are we all supposed to be millionaires? I think about service too, because when you give, that's filling and rewarding. Yes, it's nice to have money, but it's what the money will do that you're looking for. So you have to get really clear. Because just going through life charging to go make money, make money, make money, make money, I don't think is really going to fit everyone looking for their dreams and their vision. Jesus didn't have the money, and he was still beard one of he's the most known person out there.
He still got fed every day, didn't he?
Yeah.
And so I guess the final thing that I'd like to say about the mastermind is it's not just conversations outside, it's the conversations you have
Mhm.
in your own mind with yourself. You're in a conversation, and to remember that you are the mastermind and you are master of your mind. not the other way around. You are not your mind. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are not any of it. You are the master of it, and act like it and take control and decide today is a good day. Today I feel good. Don't rely on your feelings and go, oh, I don't really feel like it. That's yesterday's feelings. Yeah, you decide today. You are the mastermind. So be careful of those inner conversations, because they are the most creative things you have got going on when you're not even paying attention.
Hmm. And I'll just say ditto. That is a great thing. That's all we have to say. Have the awareness of that, because that's the vibration that you're in, and that's what you're going to attract. And if you don't even understand what we're talking about, then continue, keep like us, subscribe to us. We're here. We're not going away. Just two friends having a conversation to change the world by just our awareness. We can do it.
Well, yeah, if you don't understand us, then come and study with us. That'll be fun.
Have a great
Oh,
one.
no.